Exodus chapter 26, verses 1 through 37, Bible study, KJV. Dear beloved brothers and sisters, today we will meditate on Exodus chapter 26, verses 1 through 37. Based on the King James Version of the Bible, let us walk together through this passage, not merely as a description of a structure, but as a revelation of God's heart, His dwelling, and His redemptive plan. Scripture reading, KJV. Moreover, thou shalt make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twined, linen and blue and purple and scarlet. With cherubims of cunning work shalt thou make them. Exodus chapter 26, verses 1. And thou shalt make a veil of blue and purple and scarlet, and it shall divide unto you between the holy place and the most holy. Exodus chapter 26, verses 31 through 33. 1. The curtains of the tabernacle, the beauty of God's presence, verses 1 through 14. At the beginning of this chapter, God gives very specific instructions about the curtains of the tabernacle. These are made with fine linen, blue, purple, and scarlet yarn intricately woven with cherubim. We may ask, why such detail? Why such beauty? From a Hebrew perspective, beauty is not merely aesthetic, it reflects the glory of God. The tabernacle is not just a tent, it is a heavenly pattern manifested on earth. The cherubim symbolize the presence of God's throne. This reminds us that God is not distant, He desires to dwell among His people. Interestingly, as we move outward from the inner layers, the materials become more rugged goat hair, ram skins, and badger skins. This teaches us a powerful spiritual truth. What is outwardly simple may contain divine glory within. Today, many judge by outward appearance, but God looks at the heart. A life that carries God's presence is more glorious than anything the world can offer. 2. The framework, a living structure of God's people, verses 15 through 30. The tabernacle is built with boards of acacia wood, standing upright, joined together and placed in silver sockets. Why wood? Why not stone? In Hebrew symbolism, wood represents life. The tabernacle is not a dead structure, it represents a living community. Each board stands individually, yet is connected to others. This reflects the nature of God's people. Theologically, this points to the church. We are individual believers, yet, when joined together, we become the dwelling place of God. In today's world, many try to walk alone spiritually. But God's design is community. We are called to be connected, strengthened, and built together. 3. The veil, separation and redemption, verses 31 through 35. God commands a veil to separate the holy place from the most holy place. This veil represents something profound, the separation between God and humanity due to sin. The most holy place is where God's presence dwells. No one could enter freely. But here lies a prophetic mystery. In the New Testament, when Jesus Christ died on the cross, the veil of the temple was torn from top to bottom. What does this mean? It means that through Jesus Christ, the barrier between God and man has been removed. No longer do we need a physical veil. Through Christ, we now have direct access to God. 4. The entrance, the only way to God, verses 36 through 37. At the entrance of the tabernacle, there is a screen, a doorway. This tells us something very important. Not everyone enters God's presence in any way they choose. There is a specific way ordained by God. Theologically, this points clearly to Jesus Christ. As Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. There is only one way into the presence of God, and that is through Christ. Spiritual meaning and God's will. Exodus 26 is not just architecture, it is revelation. Through this chapter, God is telling us, I desire to dwell among my people. I am holy, and my presence requires reverence. My dwelling is built through a living community, and ultimately, I will make a way through Christ. Application for today. Beloved, what does this mean for us today? We are no longer building physical tabernacles. We are the tabernacle. God desires to dwell in our hearts. Your life may seem ordinary on the outside, but if God dwells within you, it is filled with glory. We are also called to live in unity, to be connected as one body. And most importantly, we must never forget the grace given through Jesus Christ. The torn veil, the open access, the living presence. Let us live as people who carry the presence of God daily. Thank you.